Integrity.
Chauntee Rose,
What's up?
what's going on? How you doing?
I am amazing. How
That's
are you?
good. I'm blessed, sister, blessed. Glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
That's
I'm
what's
excited.
up. That's what's up. Let's talk to him, Chauntee.
Alrighty, let's get it.
You living or you surviving?
I am. It's so crazy. I've watched some of your
Go
podcasts,
ahead. Sure.
and I've literally been trying to figure out exactly how I want to answer that
Right.
question. I would say I'm more so existing.
Go ahead. Explain.
So existing meaning to where I have no worries
Go ahead.
to a point where they can bother me.
Real.
So I'm existing. I'm not surviving, I'm not living, because if I was living, I kind of feel like I would be like a bird.
Gotcha. Understand.
Yeah, so
Real.
I'm existing
Respect.
for sure.
Respect. That's what's up. Welcome to the Integrity Response with your brother, CEO Khacki. Every individual sitting across from me doesn't believe in being typical, ordinary, or familiar. They're elite, meaning society's norms don't sit well with them. They believe in raising the bar for themselves, family, and for those they may never meet. From those in humble beginnings to those in the midst of greatness and legends who've paved the way. With a comedic edge, I will ask the questions that hold value, and I believe we'll gain insight to the real them. It's the Integrity Response. Chauntee Rose, let's take them back. Before rap, before entrepreneurship, at the age of 9, what did you want to be?
What's so crazy is I did want to do music.
Gotcha.
At the time I think I was around like middle school.
Okay.
A little bit around that time, but I was singing in the middle school choir, going to
Gotcha. Go ahead.
competitions.
For sure.
But at that time I couldn't really piece it together to
Okay.
be like, okay, I want to be a superstar, but how to get there, didn't know how.
Gotcha.
But that was something I was definitely interested in.
That's real. Did you anything else besides in the choir in middle school, high school?
So just choir and then dance.
Gotcha. Okay. So you always was, in the entertainment.
Yes,
Always. Gotcha.
some way,
You-
somehow.
You grew up in the church as well?
I would say in like high school.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
started really going with my mom, but then after I got out of high school, it's kind of like a little plateau.
That's how it goes.
To figure
Try
out,
to figure out
know,
life.
Exactly.
That's
Figure
right.
out life and figure out how to interpret the message is
Real.
where that came from.
That's what's up. Well, we got South Side, and you are definitely from the South Side.
Yay.
Let's talk about it. What was it like
South
growing up on the South
Side.
Side?
It's cool, like living in the suburbs. Definitely
Real.
different from city.
Gotcha.
But like I said, I lived over there in Jonesboro. I went to Mount Zion.
For sure.
So high school was a blur to me, but I have an older brother and everybody was like, oh, you're such and such sister.
Sister, right?
Yeah.
Was he
so,
protective?
I mean, I would say yeah.
That's real.
In
Real.
a silent protection.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How far apart were y'all?
So he's about 5 years older than
Gotcha.
me.
So in a sense, 7th grade, 12th grade, like gotcha, but name ring bells. It's
Exactly.
real. That's real
Yes,
for sure.
the whole
For
school.
sure.
Like, a lot of people now don't know who my brother is because he's like really out in the city. He's really heavy in like the sneaker game.
Gotcha.
But people are like, oh, that's your brother? I'm like, yeah, our names rhyme, but
Gotcha. That's
yeah.
what's up. What was your favorite subject in school?
I would say I'd like
Gotcha.
language arts.
Okay.
I ended up going to college for journalism and public
Okay.
relations.
Come
so,
on. That's what's up.
Yeah,
Definitely.
writing
All right.
is it's cool.
So that was the background. Was that something you always wanted to do as far as, mass media?
So I was watching this show one time. I forgot the lady's name. She was the white lady to where she did PR.
Gotcha.
But I saw her around a lot of people who did music. So I'm like, okay, how do I get into music without actually taking the plunge of actually being an artist?
Right.
So she said she did PR. So I literally went to school for PR. I never changed my major at all.
Right.
So I went and did that. But as my last year of college, I did internships and I realized that this is not really what I wanted to do.
Gotcha.
But as far as still being in the music industry, I ended up kind of transitioning to being like, I want to be an A&R. I want to work at a label.
Right.
So I started working I got an internship working at one of the studios in Atlanta.
Okay.
It used to be ran by Grand Hustle.
Gotcha.
So I would intern. It was like around the time when Got Me a Chick, I Got a Chick. That song came out.
Absolutely.
So like Young Thug was just
Right.
coming out and stuff. That was like 2013.
Okay, gotcha.
It's 2013.
Yep, absolutely. That's right.
I started working at the studio to kind of like see how it really went.
Right.
And that's really where my love for music really started as an
Absolutely.
adult. So
Wow. So from there, what's something you learned about yourself, even in that interning stage?
I learned that I know how to take direction well.
Real. That's real.
Yeah, so I learned how to take direction well, and I understand different working parts to help somebody be great.
Real. That's real.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this: What was your first job?
My first job was at Old Navy, the one that used to be in Morrow.
Classic.
I worked at that one.
Classic.
16.
That's right. Yes, classic. That's right.
Old Navy.
Why they let that one go? I have no idea.
No idea.
It's right. At one time, Mount Zion was thriving.
Yes.
Like really thriving.
Wow. Seriously.
So how was that experience?
It was an interesting experience being my first job, but it also made me realize how the dynamic in the workplace is amongst men and women.
Gotcha.
And predominantly, I found that women were in management. So me being a young woman myself, just kind of like learning how to navigate through that and realizing that, yeah, I am a woman at the end of the day, but women, we all have personalities, and depending on what day, you don't know who you're going to get.
Gotcha.
So that's something I learned then, like starting out in the work field, like how to deal with other women in the workplace.
That's dope.
It's interesting.
Right. Absolutely.
For sure.
If you could go back and give your 18-year-old self some type of advice, what would you tell her?
I would tell her to research. Really figure out what it is that you like to do instead of being worried about boys.
Gotcha.
I was boy crazy.
Okay, gotcha.
So instead of being worried about boys and kind of like you kind of know what you want to do with school, but just kind of like exploring who you are as a young woman. And, you know, I probably would have made different decisions if I would have did that for sure.
College, were you out of state?
So my first year, I went to Valdosta State.
Okay, classic.
I did not like being that far, so I felt like a loner. So I came back and went to Georgia State.
Gotcha.
Graduated from Georgia State.
Okay, gotcha. That's what's up. That's what's up. Definitely.
Yeah.
So, did you know anybody? Did anybody go with you to Valdosta State? You know, like at that time, a lot of we'll be buddying up to go down.
So how we did it. So a lot of us who we went to Valdosta right before the last semester before college.
Right.
We all were on Facebook friends, so we all got to know each other. And we kind of knew who our roommates were. So we kind of got cool and things of that sort, and we kind of went to school and got cooler. But one of my closest friends, I call her twin. I met her in college, and we have been friends since then. She's literally the longest friend that I've had.
That's dope.
So that was cool.
Shout out to Twin. That's what's
Twin.
up. For sure.
Twinkie!
That's what's up. Let me ask you this, Chauntee Rose, have you always known you were born for music entertainment?
I wouldn't say I was always born for music entertainment. I would say I knew what type of lifestyle I wanted to live, but I do know how to sing. I did learn how to read music in middle school and choir, but it was just a matter of being confident to say, okay, I want to do this. It's different when you have a dream versus you have a dream and you can actually put a plan and execute. So it's two different things.
You are currently working your way into this music industry.
Yes, I'm working.
How has this transition been for you?
Oh, that is such a great question. The transition is kind of like a waiting game.
Gotcha.
It's a waiting game with being patient with your journey, and then it's a waiting game with, okay, when am I gonna make it? I'm ready to not work no more. You know,
absolutely.
I'm ready to. I wouldn't say get to the finish line, but to get to a point where I feel like I've made it.
Right. The residuals are coming back for the hard work.
Yes, the residuals, because it's expensive being artist.
Go ahead. That's a fact. That's a fact. So let me ask you this: was there any? You mentioned your older brother, 5 years, your senior. Was anybody into the music?
Well, he was.
He was too. Okay.
When I was in high school, he was rapping with his people.
Okay.
One of his people, his name is Big A. He's still
shout out to Prado.
Prado.
When you said Mount Zion, I just knew in some way. That's what's up, man.
Big
That's
A.
my brother, man.
Yeah, so
Look,
he was in a group with them. Alex.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah,
That's dope.
He was in a group with them.
Oh my goodness, is your brother KO?
Yes.
Oh my! How classic is? Soon as he said the shoes.
Yes.
That's the first thing I thought.
Yes.
Shout out to KO.
Shout out to KO.
Shout out to KO. That's let me get the name right. All Things Fresh, or I want to make sure I say the clothing name right, or
ATAF.
ATAF. Yep.
All Things Fresh. I think something like that.
That's dope, man.
ATAF.
Come on. Come on, that's what's up. Definitely. Okay, this is full circle. That's so dope.
Yeah, isn't it crazy, right?
That is dope. Gotcha. Your brother does have a name.
Yes, he does.
Absolutely. That's what's up.
But nobody really knows it's my brother because I don't really put it out there. I'm a very like closed-in person. Yes. Only certain people know who my brother is.
Absolutely.
So, unless you know, like you're from the South Side, you know.
Absolutely. That's real.
Other than that,
he actually used to rap as well.
Yes, he used to rap.
Just just from the group. But did his thing on his own too. He was a hook master too.
Yes,
he wrote nasty hooks for sure. That's what's up, man. Shout out to him.
Yes.
That's dope. So it does continue on, sis.
I believe so.
On. Come on now.
It does continue on. Yes.
Let's talk about this debut single, Baddie.
Baddies out everywhere. Baddies.
So this interpolation of Juvenile's "Back That Ass Up." That is like when you heard that beat. What was that?
So my producer, Marty, we were in the studio. Really, let me just backtrack. Our birthday was back in August. Gotcha. I believe it was about a week before that. I was on YouTube watching different documentaries, and I watched JT's documentary, pretty much saying about, her leading up to her dropping her first solo project. And something just dropped in my spirit. I don't know if it was God dropped in my spirit, was like, go make a song. Wow. So I was like, okay. I hit up my producer, Marty. I was like, hey, I want to come to the studio. He had been telling me that I should rap, but I just never... I was always scared. Let's just keep it a honey. I was scared. So I told him, I said, I want to, go to the studio. So I ended up coming probably a few days later. I went to the studio. We were in there, listening to some beats, chilling. And I'm like, Marty, I'm here. I'm paying for a session.
Right.
When are we going to start?
Go ahead.
So then he played Baddie before. Wow. He made the Baddie beat before. But then when we got into the bigger studio, because most studios have a small room and a big room.
Right.
So we got in the big room, and he played the beat. And then I was like, okay, I'm just going to go in the booth. And I go in the beat with the beat. I was like, Baddie.
Yeah,
Baddie.
right. Yeah.
Literally, that's the first song I've ever wrote.
Stop playing.
Yes.
That is dope.
That is dope.
Yes. What do you think Marty saw in you early on that's like, sis, you got to do this?
I would say being creative, and also I'm connected to a lot of people.
Right.
A lot of people who in the city know me that you wouldn't think that I would know, because I used to work in the clubs. I used to be a promoter. So I used to do a bunch of little stuff over the last few years. So they were just like
Grand Hustle, everything. The intern,
so
all the names,
people
the
that work at the radio
Absolutely.
station, like, why not just try it? So I just tried it, shot my shot.
What was it, that confidence? What was the final straw? Like, okay, I'm Chauntee Rose. Y'all gonna know who I am.
Yeah, so this year I turned 33.
Come on.
Lining with Jesus, it's
come on,
33
that's right, absolutely.
And it was just, I got to the point where I just did not care.
I love that. I love that.
It's certain levels.
That. Go ahead. I love that.
Caring.
I love that.
It's a not care of, I'm just gonna do what I want, buck the system, but then it's a level of not caring and confidence.
Yes.
Yeah, because and it's something like dropped in my spirit too, like, okay, if you're gonna do something, you have to be unbothered.
Wow.
And you just have to not care what other people think. Like, people can have their opinion.
Absolutely.
But as far as like really letting it affect you, you just gotta let it roll off your back.
That's a fact. That's real.
It takes a while to get there, but when you get there, it's awesome.
Absolutely. What do you who is your actual biggest influence in this game?
My biggest influence in this game would be Future.
Real.
I love Future. I call myself the female Future.
Come on, sis. That's real.
Because Future's so raw.
And he's a chameleon. You don't know what you're going to get.
So raw. He just does not. I mean, he probably cares, but he's to the point where I am who I am.
Yep.
And I'm going to be raw.
Real.
Be raw with everything that I say. Because some of the stuff you listen to him, what he say, that goes up like, I just fucked your bitch and some Gucci flip-flop. So you're just like, wait.
This just became an anthem.
This just became an anthem.
Real.
Like, anybody
Absolutely.
is like,
absolutely.
Turning up like, wait, hold up.
Absolutely.
You just say that?
Right.
So in some of my music, I literally just be saying that. And I was telling my producer last time I was in the studio, I was like, Marty, I think I want to like draw back and not be as like, raw. He was like, nope, it's too late.
It's
too late.
Absolutely.
You already started going crazy.
Free.
And just say what you want to say. And like, I care what people think, but I don't really care about what people think to, it's whatever.
You can't in this game.
You can't, because if not, it's going to drive you crazy.
That's a fact.
Yeah, it's going to drive you crazy. And then don't think about your circle, too. And if your circle's really just on you, that can drive you even more crazier.
Real. I was going to ask about your dream feature, but I'm guessing it's Future.
My dream feature, I don't even know.
Gotcha.
I can honestly say I don't know who my dream feature would be. Yeah, I don't know.
What do you think the game we're wrapping up 2024. 2025, what do you think the game is missing?
The game is missing me.
Chauntee Rose.
Chauntee Rose.
Chauntee Rose. Yes, ma'am.
But
yes, ma'am.
I would say the game is missing. Honestly, everybody can be put on, but it's just a matter of knowing how to structure your plan and having the fun.
Real.
But I think the music game is missing acceptance of females being okay with their bodies and expressing who they are. And I was listening to Apply song. I was getting my makeup on. I was listening to Apply song. She was playing it, and I was listening to the lyrics. I'm just like, this song is like almost 10 years old.
I was just about to
saying
ask
some raw stuff. But when we say a borderline raw stuff in our music, we're looked as like, why is she talking like that?
Yeah, right.
Me, listen, I'm as raw as it get. I'm like neat raw with my music.
Real.
Yeah.
That's real.
Now I don't give a fuck, but just like, listen.
Would you sign with a major?
If the money is right and I see who they currently have on their lineup,
You're the first person that actually ever said that. And I've never.
That's the honest answer.
Wow, I love that.
Yes.
You're the first person that ever said it depends on their lineup.
Yes.
That tells a lot about.
Yes.
Wow.
Of course, because it doesn't make sense for me to sign to a major and I look at the person who they already have signed and maybe they haven't came out with music in over 2 years. You know, certain stuff. I kind of feel like I said, I want to be the female future because I'm dropping. Like, I'm coming.
That's real.
Like, left and right, I'm not stopping. So, yeah.
What currently drives you?
Currently drives me is freedom.
Go ahead.
I've had freedom being an entrepreneur, but this is to be a different type of freedom.
Real.
Freedom to where you want to do what you want to do every day, not because you have to do it.
I love that. Love that.
Yeah.
When we talking about entrepreneurship, let's talk Pretty Little Lash Lounge.
Oh my gosh.
Come on now.
Pretty Little Lash Lounge.
Come on now. You started with the eyelash business.
Yes.
This is something you just self-taught, just learned. Like, I'm going to learn this skill.
Yes.
I'm going to master it.
Yes.
And I'm going to undercut everybody. How has that grind been, this entrepreneurship?
It was probably the best.
Come on.
Because I did lashes. I started doing lashes around 2016.
Gotcha.
I was doing them out of an apartment. A guy who I was dating, I was in the living room doing lashes, Right. I had people pull up. This is around the time when people weren't really doing lashes as much. It's probably maybe up to 5 people in Atlanta doing lashes.
Wow.
So when people came across me, I had this special set called Minkies.
Gotcha.
So I charged $55. And people were just like, why are your prices so good? I was like, I'm starting out and also I'm actually good at it.
Ahead.
So, and I just looked at it as a numbers game when it comes to business. It's not necessarily about, I want to get the most amount of money. It's breaking it down to where, okay, if I could see 5 clients in a day, I could charge $55. I'm making $55
Absolutely. Sounds
every
like
2 hours.
To me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's why when I used to teach classes too, I was like, you have to think about it, the money game, like your time, like help you perfect your time.
You're right.
So okay, if I start at this time, it takes me this amount of time to do this eye, this amount of time to do the other eye, and I'm wrapping up. It's all time.
Just like that. Time. And then a lot of time people are overcharging because they're paying for the space. So you have to pay for that least bill. You know how I go. So sometimes you're paying for the space, but that's real. Absolutely. So how has that been as far as now you're moving into your brick and mortar? How has everything been? How has that transition?
So that transition, I've worked some everywhere all over the city. Gotcha. I've worked on the west side. I've worked in the hood off of Washington Road. That was my first location.
Gotcha.
I've worked in Buckhead. I've worked all over, and luckily my clientele would follow me. It's just a matter of building a team. That's what.
Now falling before it gets dark.
For sure. I don't play with my time. Listen, right. I said you gotta be on time. So I can get you in, get you out, out of here. But I would say the reason why I kind of put a halt on lashes was because I do want to get into the brick and mortar. However, I realized the value of building a team.
Go ahead.
Building a team and structuring your business like it's a company.
Right.
So me being the CEO, I need to have my CEO, and then I need to have, this person running this department, this department, actually breaking down my business way.
That's right.
And it kind of scared me because it was just me doing lashes. So me controlling it versus me having a team. I have to structure everything out. and pay people.
Absolutely.
I'm ready to pay people.
Right. Go ahead.
Like
Real.
legit. Like, but I had to learn that business structure.
Real.
But I didn't learn that business structure till like my last year of doing lashes.
Gotcha.
So if I would have learned that early on, I probably would have been in a different position.
Gotcha. What's something you learned about yourself in business? What because one thing you said early on was I take direction well. Mm-hmm. Now that you see your hat, it was how was that? Turning the table. How was that? What'd you learn about yourself then?
I learned that I'm not as emotional as I thought I was.
Gotcha. So
I figured that this is my business. I want to run it. And if people don't like me, there you go. However, it just made me realize that I know how to. This is what I'm here to do. I'm here to do your lashes, make sure they look good. I'm here to educate you, and I'm here to make sure you like your results because it's an investment. Lashes are expensive.
Yes.
Expensive.
And I actually read that sometimes this could take up to 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
And you were even fast on the time.
I do lashes in an hour.
Wow.
So when I was last doing lashes, I was making upwards of $165 an hour.
Wow. Come on.
Doing lashes. So yeah.
Isn't that beautiful? Like just something based on your own skill.
Yeah.
Your own skill set.
It's beautiful.
What is a scale 1 through 10 currently? What would you rate your grind?
My grind currently, I'll be honest. Right now I'm in the work field right now. My grind in the work field, I would say I'm at about a 7, because at the end of the year. But at the beginning of the year, I was going crazy. I'm in sales now, so like lashes was sales too,
Gotcha.
getting clients. But
absolutely.
I'm literally like, hey, come pick this up. Da 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 da. I'm on the phone.
Just like, yep.
How much you want? How much you trying to pay? Asking those questions so that I can give you what you need.
That's right.
Yeah.
You've actually are one of the few people I've known that read one of my favorite books, 10X by Grant Cardone.
Yes.
I learned when I was working at Orange Theory Fitness, they had us read that book. In a sense, not being afraid, not being afraid. Of the sale.
Yeah.
Accepting rejection and keep going.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, man! But in that book, like one of those, life changing.
It makes you realize that you think you're working hard, but you're not working hard enough.
Absolutely.
You're not working hard enough.
So true.
You can always do more.
That's right.
And of course, your time is everything.
That's right.
But when it comes to sales, you really have to know your product. Know your product and be able to answer any question that the consumer has. And you kind of like in sales, so you kind of want to think for your consumer too.
Translating to the music.
Yeah.
Thinking for your consumer.
Yeah.
What's some ways, you said you're nonchalant. I'm going to give it to you raw. So how is that translation now into the music with you moving into this field?
Okay, so it's so great that you asked that question because I was thinking about this literally on the way here. As far as what do I want to represent as the artist, and of course at the age I am now, I just want to talk about things that somebody my age is going through, whether or not what type of relationships you've been in, how you're being treated in relationships, or how you want to treat your partner in your relationships. Because I'm not really the type to be like, fuck niggas or anything like that.
No, and Batty, he's spoiled and Batty.
He's spoiled.
He's spoiled and Batty.
He's spoiled. My next single is gonna the niggas are gonna go crazy.
Right.
They're gonna go crazy because they'll be like, she talking like this.
Yeah.
I want to bring back like music that talks about like love and honoring your partner. Absolutely. And not just saying, oh, fuck these niggas be old. Like, wait, I can't speak for a lot of people when it comes to my relationship history. My relationship history hasn't been bad, and my personality is really just like, it's cool. I'm not really too pressed on it because you're not my husband. If you're my husband, then I'm gonna care about everything.
Absolutely.
But if you kind of just like dating, it's not gonna be the end of the world if you gotta do what you gotta do and we don't talk. I'm okay with it.
Real.
Because I got my own life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Chauntee Rose, as an entrepreneur, as a female artist in this game, how is it dating? Because this game is, hearing from all the entrepreneurs, all the recording artists, dating is in Atlanta. It's the hub. How has that been? How is that, while being recording artists, that's, in the small percentage. So how was that?
So I literally just started doing music in August, but I've always known that I don't date men in Atlanta. I've dated one. I was engaged to him. But other than that, everyone else, they lived out of state or things of that sort. But as of right now, I haven't really How can I say this?
Is that by design?
What do you mean?
Like in the sense of like,
Dating
I
someone
need
right
my
now?
space. No, I'm saying like in the sense of, if it's in Texas, if it's in Alabama, Tennessee, like.
No. It's not even just about that. It just happens that way. Yeah, it just happens that way. It just happens that way. But I would say as of right now, I'm not. How can I put? Let me say the right words.
Right.
I'm interested in certain people that I'm dating, but I wouldn't say it's a matter of I'm clink locked down. Like, no, but it's somebody that I am interested in, but I'm not too pressed about where it goes right now because I'm focused on what I got going on.
Focus.
Yeah.
Real.
And if a real one want to come in and swoop me up, it's gonna be your loss, buddy.
Go ahead.
This is a competition, okay? May the best man win.
Real. What's something you learned about yourself in the last year, all of 2024? What did you learn about yourself?
I learned that about myself. I'm not going to make it just about myself. I learned that God's always going to take care of me.
Go ahead. I love that, sis. I love that.
So, like, literally, it was a time this year, like, for like a month straight, I cried every day. Not crying because I was sad, but crying because I was grateful. Because this time last year, it was something else. But now I'm just like, oh my God, like, I can't believe how far God has taken me. Like, oh my God, it's just tears. Like, oh my God. Like, I would go to work, like, I'd be like, okay, I got to be at work in like 30 minutes. You got to puff your, pull your eyes out, know? So I was just in a place of, I'm grateful. So I just definitely learned that things could be way worse. And when I think to try to like worry or complain, I have to like stop myself and be like, everything's going to be okay.
Absolutely.
It's easier said than done, but everything's going to be okay. You have to keep going.
That's right.
You literally, it's a marathon. It's not a race. So you have to literally, with everything. So yeah.
This last 6 months of you exploring music. Mm-hmm. You've been just a physical body at work, haven't you? Like you ain't there mentally no more.
No, I'm not. I have to sneak in like so.
I know you like really like locked in. Like wait a minute, like go ahead.
Literally, so what's so crazy is when I started my business. That's around the time 2017 when Instagram is really like popping.
Just started to pop. Absolutely.
But it was a way you can learn how to master it. So around that time, I understand the importance of you either pay to play or you're gonna work to play.
Absolutely.
So I learned really how to work my Instagram, really grow it to a point where my lash business page. And like now I'm at work, I'm just like, okay, I need to be on Instagram engaging so I can get people to come to my page.
Right.
I need y'all to come to my page. But you could do like promo and things of that sort, but it's just it's a lot trying to get your name out there.
Real. I've had some legendary managers on the show, and the first thing they're saying when I ask, what are y'all looking for in an artist? You know what? Content.
Yeah, content.
It's not even the music is like secondary.
Yes,
they're looking
is.
Because we're in this fast-paced world. They're looking for people who can.
It's short.
Content.
I was telling my man every day. I tell my manager this, like I said, my background's in public relations. So this public relations before Instagram came.
Yep.
So PR is basically saying how you're represented amongst the public. So it's just a matter of who you're getting in front of and what image you want to portray. Now with social media, you literally have to constantly put out content to be known because our attention spans are short. And it's not just, okay, you could drop a song without the video. Like, no, you literally dropping the song and the video same day.
Absolutely.
I was telling my manager all the time, I was like, listen, it's going to be like, we gotta get content. Then when it boils down to the scheduling, because I can think bigger than what I can currently do. And there's nothing wrong with that.
That's right.
But it's just
Absolutely.
like I think so big, and then when it boils down to it, my options are limited, but that's not long. But that content is everything.
Absolutely.
And the right content too.
And you still have to kind of guess and see what works and what doesn't, all that.
You have to guess, for sure.
How has support been in the last 6 months? Just for the entrepreneur, for the artist watching this, how has that support been?
So the support has been little to none.
Okay.
But I'm okay with it because I knew the moment I decided to do music that my support would be shaky. It's people that I've supported. I've spent my hard-earned money to come and support them. And it's crickets or like it's little to no acknowledgement of what I've done. And I'm really like, that's okay. I'm not tripping. I just see it.
It's two things it does. Does it put a battery in your back or it just keeps you driven?
Both.
Gotcha.
It puts a battery in my back to feel like, okay, I really have to, this is something I really want. I got to be the one that really wants it at the end of the day, and not have to worry about the support or not, because my fan base is going to find me. So yeah, it puts a battery in my back for sure.
I've had a couple artists come up here as well, say, you know, you have to be your biggest cheerleader.
Yeah.
You have to be before anyone else is.
Even in business, you have to.
That's so true.
You have to see yourself. You have to believe it first, then people are going to believe it. Sometimes it's just a matter of how patient you are and what payoff you want.
About 30 seconds of your time. I really appreciate your support. With every interview, my aim is to bring integrity and fun back to the culture, and I can't do it without you. If you're enjoying this episode, please hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, and hit the like button. It helps the algorithm. I appreciate you. Back to the interview.
You once said, I'm extremely protective over who I'm sharing my energy and my intelligence with. I thought that was so dope. So break that down for the viewers. I'm extremely protective over who I share my energy and my that part, the intelligence with. I thought was really dope. I've never heard it put like that. Explain what you mean by that.
Okay, so what I meant by that, I'm protective over my energy because being a business owner, you have to give your all to your business. Absolutely. Because it's up to you whether you lose or whether you win. You can have a support team or whatever, but God gave you that vision. So you have to be the one to actually pursue it. Now, as far as with my energy, I'm very sensitive with my energy. I've always been sensitive with my energy since like a kid. Like I'm the type that like, I'm finna duck off. Like I'm not even gonna come around because I don't want my mood to be ruined at all. And as I got older, it's so crazy that statement was such like a few years ago, but I still feel the same, but I'm even more less tolerant.
I felt real.
Less
like even more
tolerant.
I mean, in the last since August, you know, I've heard a lot of, you know, on this path, on this mountain climb, you have to, not saying cut people off, but you have to maneuver. Like some people are going to be there for you that you just met. Some people have been there for you,
your day ones and your days twos.
How do you maneuver, and how are you maneuvering?
And I'll just be completely honest, I've never really had a big support system.
Gotcha.
So just in life in general, you know, like family is kind of like basic support. And that's not, let me say it, not basic. Not
just
regular family support. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But as far as having somebody like really like, oh, we finna do this, I believe, my manager Scooby. Like, so as I told Scooby, my boy. So I can honestly say, like, when I came to him and I was just like, I told him I was gonna go to the studio, but he didn't really think what I was gonna do. Like I didn't even say it, I just sent it to him. He was like, oh. And then like the next day or two, we got on the phone, we started brainstorming. I was like, okay, manager, you're not going anywhere.
Real.
You're right here in my hand. You're not going anywhere.
How important do you think it is to find that great manager that understands your vision as well as you understand his vision for the total package to go forward?
So it's super important because certain places I would have not thought to go that far without him.
Gotcha.
So I think it's very, very important to have somebody that you can sit there and have a conversation with. And it's okay if, you know, you do have disagreements. Because we had one big disagreement. But it wasn't a big disagreement. It was literally like a 5-minute span.
Real.
It was just a matter of he was like, wait. You need to calm down. You need to calm down. And I was like, okay. I had to stop. I had to think like, okay, this is somebody I'm doing business with. So this is not how I would regularly act with somebody I'm doing business with, you know?
Real.
I'm like, he is not your nigga, okay? He is somebody you're doing business with, period. It's just a matter of kind of having to detect that and compromise. And it feels good to work with somebody that allows for you to be heard.
Absolutely.
So important. Real. Yeah. For sure.
Take your fans, take your supporters, take your new fans, new supporters through your recording process. Do you like to record morning, evening, afternoon, night? What type of, what do you like with you? What do you want nothing around you when you record? What's your recording process?
So my recording process, I typically like to record during the day.
Gotcha.
So reason because Atlanta traffic.
Go ahead.
Atlanta traffic.
Real.
So I want to get to the studio like 1, 2 o'clock and then, do a few hours and then go home. I eventually want to start doing longer sessions.
Gotcha.
It's just my time is so tight right now. So I literally have to be strategic with every minute that I have in the day. So eventually I will start to record at night if whatever works best. But yeah, I'm literally just in there because it's normally me and my producer when I go and record. Me and my engineer producer. Right. So we literally go in there. I mean, roll up a little sound, start playing some stuff. And so most of the time I'll go in the studio with songs already written.
Gotcha.
So I try to average to do, if I do like a 3-hour session, I try to record like 2-3 songs. If I do a 4-hour session, I try to do, double. So
have you flirted with the freestyling, going in just 4-bar, 2-bar at a time?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. How do you feel about that, even the energy? Because, interviewing 125, artists, I'm seeing everybody's kind of doing a bit of both.
Yeah. And
it's like, depending on where it is, or to take notes in the car, whatever it is on the way or what. But how do you feel like,
So I do both. Initially, I'm the type, I'll write a song.
Uh-oh. Gotcha.
I'll write a song and then I'll just find a beat for the song and try to flow with it.
Oh, you do it backwards?
Yeah, it's so weird. It's so weird. Gotcha. Like I'll write a whole song because and also too, I have like a verses notes in my phone. So I have a whole note that's just verse. I'll think of something and I'll just write it down.
Wow.
But then when I'm in the studio, depending on because my producer helps me a lot with the word. That's I can't wait to get in the studio with the songwriter.
Gotcha.
Because I know it's gonna go even crazier, but he helps me word something. He be like, instead of saying like this, say this instead.
Gotcha.
So I do kind of both. I write stuff and have beats, or I'll come in and punch in. Gotcha. But 9 times out of 10, I have something written, at least a verse and a half written at least.
Real. Mm-hmm. What was that question? Do you feature wise? Is this something that you're actually as you how is for the because there's a lot of artists that watch too. Mm-hmm. How do they get in contact with you for features?
So for features, you just hit up my manager,
for sure.
Scooby.
His
name is in my Instagram.
Yeah, absolutely. It's on the
bio.
Hit
up Scooby because I'll be real with you. Me being a woman and just my experience with just business or anything of that sort, sometimes it could be a kind of tricky.
Taking care of yourself. Mm-hmm. You making time for yourself these days?
I try to. When I would say at the beginning of the year, I was doing everything. I was getting my massages every month. I was getting my lashes done and getting all that stuff done. But then as it got towards closer to my birthday, I kind of stopped.
Gotcha.
But because I got into wanting to do music. Really? So, and that's also kind of a balancing thing too. Cause I would literally, get my makeup done is a luxury.
Real.
I love my makeup. Shout out to you, K Summer. I love you, girl. But getting my makeup done is a luxury for me. I know I do my own hair and get my nails done. This is a luxury. So yeah, I've been in the beauty industry heavy since 18. So a lot of stuff I know I do myself, my makeup and my lashes. Yeah, you need to get those done.
You are pushing a current single. Mm-hmm. For the fans, for the supporters. Are you gearing up towards your first EP, the top of 2025, first quarter?
Yes.
Okay.
So yes. So
what is I'm asking for exclusive. Do you already have a title?
Yes, I do have a
title. What's the title?
The title is What's Tea?
What's Tea? I love it.
Because that's something I always say, what's tea, seeing what's up, pretty much saying what's up.
That's right.
That can be anything. I ask you what's up, you can say, I'm doing da-da-da-da.
Real.
You ask me what's up with me, I'm finna tell you in this music. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting nice stuff, I'm getting money, I'm getting trips, I'm spoiling my nigga that's whenever I have one. He's getting spoiled.
Right.
But yeah, What's Tea is just, just talking about what I'm into, So a little small introduction of me.
Is this going to be an EP, full-length album? How are we looking
So it's going to be an EP.
Okay, for sure.
We're going to drop my next single sometime in January.
Okay.
It's called Boss. It's pretty if you, the Destiny Child song, Let Me Cater to You.
Yes,
it's kind of like that, but it's for the men.
Okay.
So it's pretty much me saying, okay, this person that, when I first met him, he's the one, love at first sight. I do anything for him. He do anything for me type of vibe. Anytime I always let dudes listen to my music. I don't have too many, except for my twin, I don't have too many female friends.
Gotcha.
I play it for the dudes, and they're just like, oh, I can listen to this while I'm rolling up a blunt.
Real.
I said, yeah, these girls, because I played it for one of my coworkers. She was like, I can't wait till this done, because I'm sending this to my man. Tell her now I appreciate him, and I love him. So yeah, we coming. I got that for you. So
is it with that, I want to make sure you sing.
Yeah.
You have a voice.
Yeah.
Are you singing a lot on the on the songs, can they prepare? Can they expect you to be singing on your own hooks?
Yes. So
for sure.
on Boss, I am singing on the chorus. It's kind of a little light little note. It's not like me going Summer Walker type. No.
It's just you.
It's a little vibe. It's just
Absolutely.
a little
Nicki Minaj
vibe.
holding the vibe.
Holding the vibe. You said that perfect.
That's real.
Holding the vibe. Because don't think I'm going to come up here sound like Mariah Carey.
Holding the vibe.
Holding the vibe. So it's kind of like anybody could sing. It's like a little sing-along type thing. But yeah, on some songs, it's just kind of like, I wrote that song a long time ago. I don't even know I was writing a song. I was just thinking about stuff because I was sprung over a nigga. So I started writing that song. I was just like, oh, he's such a boss. Like, ooh, da, da, all that type of stuff. So that's how I wrote it.
And you wrote this without the beat?
No beat.
That's crazy.
My producer, so what happened was my producer sent me the beat like 2 years ago in 2022. Wow. This is when I was starting to think about what to do music.
Right.
And I remember going back in my notes the second time I went to the studio, I was like, dang, I wrote this song, but I had to like piece it together a little bit better. So I went in the studio and I recorded. He was like, wait, yo, hold up. He from Baltimore.
Gotcha.
So he has that strong like accent.
Right.
He's like, yo, Chauntee, you what? You talking crazy.
Wow.
Like, they gonna like that. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Visual wise, are you have one for this song as well?
Yes.
Okay.
We are working on that. Me and let me tell you, me and Scooby.
Go ahead.
Well, me and Scooby be talking, he goes all over the world with, okay, I want to do this. I'm like, what budget, Scooby?
Come on, but that's what you're supposed to. You have to.
I love it though, but I just be, as soon as he say it, and I see everything he tells me, I already see it.
Real.
So it's just, I already visualize it.
Right,
It's just be a matter of what coins.
Come on,
Scooby. How much coins we gotta come out with?
Gotta put it together.
But
that's
yeah,
right.
we already had the visual looks down, everything of that. So when we shot the baddie video, we had a different plan for the baddie video. It didn't go as planned, but that's okay. But with the Boss, we have a little bit more refined storyline.
Do you have a videographer that you work with?
I do have a videographer.
For sure.
Him, the villain. That's my videographer.
That's what's up.
So yeah, I work with a videographer. Like, it's nothing wrong with trying other videographers too, depending on what type of vibe you're going for. I know for a Boss, I want to be a little bit more theatrical.
Gotcha.
So we are still weighing out other videographers as well.
Okay.
But of course, with money, different visions, different levels.
My editor, Katie Gray, he's actually editing this right now. What's up, Katie?
What's up, Katie?
He is one of the best, hands down, the best videographers in Atlanta. I'm telling you, got to work with him.
I feel like I've heard him before.
If Embassy, Big A, KO,
I feel like I've heard it. It's just, I bet when I pull up his page, I'm be like, I know him.
Absolutely.
For sure. It's be so many people that I meet or come across. It's just a matter of me like being places and actually running into them. But yeah, for sure, I'm looking.
Let me ask you this: any kids?
No, not yet.
Okay, all right. Do you see yourself being married?
Yes,
Come on.
I was telling my makeup artist, I said, I can't wait to have some kids. I can't wait to be married.
That's what's up.
Because I have a dog now, but I be telling him all the time, like, I love you, but I'm not gonna be attached to you because you're a dog. You are not a human. I can't pass anything to you.
Real, that's real. What type of dog?
He's a Frenchie.
Gotcha, for sure.
And people think that he's my emotional support. Right. I'm his emotional support animal, okay? Absolutely. He live his best life.
Right.
He eat gourmet food every day.
Go ahead now, right.
He eat no kibble. He eating regular food.
Right.
Yes.
Well, he good.
He eat good. That's why I'm just like, don't be acting crazy.
Absolutely. It's real.
Listen, I will sell your ass. Right. I love the dogs, but I will sell that dog.
You grew up with dogs?
Yes.
Gotcha.
I grew up with dogs.
Carries on, right?
Yeah, it carries on. I didn't have a dog with me the past, I want to say, year or two, because I got him in March.
Gotcha.
Because I was just trying to doing my own thing. But I'm like, listen, I love you, dog, but keep it up.
Right.
You will have a new owner. I have plenty that love you. He's not a human. He's not a baby.
That's real.
But yeah, I can't wait to get married. I can't wait to get married. I feel like I know who I want to marry.
That's dope, sis. That's dope.
It's insane, though.
I'm
very delusional.
That's dope.
Delulu.
Let me ask you this. Music off, driving down the highway. What's always on your mind?
Where I want to be.
Go ahead.
Where I want to be, and because I don't worry about what I'm currently going through. Because if I did, I would be depressed. I would be in the bed. I would be crying. If I would be worried about what money I don't have or what resources I don't have, I would be depressed. So now I just think about, I think about and I talk to myself in the car. Like I literally I don't listen to music in the car.
That's why I asked that question.
I literally be thinking.
I know creatives. I know how y'all.
Listen.
Absolutely. That's
so
real.
When people be in public talking to themselves, I'll be like, okay, you're kind of crazy. But
when you're alone time in space.
Because sometimes when I need that time, I'll go hop in the car and ride around the corner. Like, because I need to think and talk to God. And I talk to God all the time, but in that car, it's a different type of vibe.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I always try to focus, okay, what you got going for today? Where you want to be, you know, where you want to go. Right. So for sure, always focusing on being better every day.
Who in this world knows you the best?
Honestly, nobody. God only knows me.
Bar.
Integrity.
Bar.
That's just the God honest truth.
I'm hearing that response a lot lately.
Nobody knows me.
It's real, sis. Real. Go
ahead.
I
mean, I had an ex who I was with. I would say he knows me to a certain extent.
Gotcha.
Because me as a Leo and the things that I've gone through in childhood and adulthood, it made me realize that I'm not really too open to people, and I'm okay with that because I'm focused on my building my own life, my own family, my own legacy, and factoring in family it's a part of it, but it's not just being a completely 100. Yeah. So
you mentioned your grind being a 7. Mm-hmm. Are you hard on yourself?
I'm very hard on myself.
Like a lot of creatives are.
I'm very hard on myself because I think, okay, these are the things I want to do, and I write them down, and they go out the window.
Gotcha.
But it's a matter of like I said, I think really big. So it's the point of me thinking to what I can accomplish.
Real. And
not being hard on myself if the results don't pan out, but actually still doing it. Because I tell people all the time, people are like, oh, I see you going up with your music. Da-da. I said the hardest part is just doing it.
Go ahead.
It's so hard to say, I'm going to do
this.
And I don't care. And not having your hand out. Like, because I've always been a hustler. Like, I did lashes 7-8 years, just doing my own thing, pushing my own brand. But of course, with the music, of course, I'm thankful I have a great manager in my corner and my twin.
Go ahead.
That support me and just, okay, whatever you need, I got you as far as what they can offer, what they can do. So yeah.
Real. Mm-hmm. Your life has been making others.
Yeah.
Intern.
Yeah.
Grand hustle.
Yeah.
Making others shine.
Yeah.
Nails. I'm sorry. Lashes.
Lashes. I did go to school for nails too, so I'm a licensed nail tech too. So yeah, I've done everything.
Publicist. Making others shine.
Yeah.
Chauntee Rose now is turning the camera on herself. Mm-hmm. Is that uncomfortable?
It is very uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable because you have to be so confident in yourself. Real. Even though I was raised to be confident just from my dad's side. We're from like South Carolina, so we've always been. All my dad, my uncles, auntie, they all went to HBCU. So when you go to HBCU, you have a different mindset versus going to a PWI. Because I went to Georgia State, which is a PWI.
Absolutely.
So I've always been instilled to be confident, and I know that I'm that. But being confident, knowing that I'm that, and allowing myself and putting myself in the light to be criticized is huge.
Right. It's
huge. But when you think about how I would say different things I went through as like a child and then, adulthood, it made me realize to not care.
Go ahead.
But I always want to be on point. That's what is making me realize, okay, so how do you want to present yourself? You want to be on point, what do you want people to think about you? So that's what I would say.
In a sense, you are still a brand. So it is like, you have to.
I mean, it's different levels to it. So as a business, you understand a brand of what you're trying to do. But as a person, the brand is everything. It's, how you speak. It's what you wear. It's who you associate yourself with. True. It's even what you drive, what you wear. All of that thing is a part of your brand. But people have to realize it's more to that. But honestly, it's great building your own personal brand versus the business, because people will spend money with you just because of what you have.
Absolutely.
So if you drive a nice car, like, oh, she doing lashes. Oh, she drive a Benz. She drive a Jeep. Like, oh, she getting money.
Absolutely.
That's why I want her to do my lashes, or that's why I want to take a class with her, because she getting money.
You're saying something. I don't think a lot of people even understand what you're saying.
Yes.
You're like, it's crazy. I want to break that down because some people don't realize that.
Yes.
We buy from what we're attracted to.
For sure.
In a sense, like we're not gonna, it's it uses a scenario with my boys, like just saying, as luxury car pull up to you on your left.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, hoopty pull up to you on your right. your mind is trained. If both of them knocking on the window, not knocking on the window, but looking at you like, hey, Roy Window, I'm trying to get your attention.
Yeah.
You're going to lean towards that person with that, just because of who we are as people.
Yeah, and what they got. That's just honest. It's just people just need to stop with the lies.
Lying. I do not
stop with the lies. We buy from you because you have a G-Wagon, okay?
Real. Say something
That's
though, but
a
it's
status symbol. People can just be honest and be real with reality. You're more than likely want to work with somebody that has a luxury item or at least can attain it.
Wow.
Because that's showing that, okay, if they did it, like how I said, I'm particular with who I share my intelligence with.
Absolutely.
A lot of people have these nice things. They're not always out on the platform just telling people who they are.
Right. That's so
a lot
true.
of people are just making moves.
That's so
You
true.
just kind of assume.
That's so true.
Because people assume a lot of stuff about me. They're just like, oh, she's a scammer. Oh, she does this. She got all these niggas. I mean, I work.
Real.
But then, I
Always
do know
been
people.
grinding.
Always been hustling. I mean, that's what my mama taught me. That's not one thing she taught me. She taught me how to hustle.
Real.
And that's from me seeing her, do hair. When I was a kid, she did hair. She worked at the bank. She worked at the bank during the day. Have you remember K&G, the one that's by
Classic.
She worked there at night. The bank, the SunTrust.
Come on.
Went across the street. She's always been hustling. She's always just a matter of, if you need to, change the situation, go get a better job.
Real.
You always
That's right.
in control of everything.
She never sits still.
She never said. She's sitting still
you.
now.
Like you.
I've never sat still.
So I asked, you're not content. You always want to
I'm
find
not
the next and
content.
best
I'm not
version of yourself.
content.
Real.
And in the space I am now, as far as with my music, I'm loving the music game right now. I'm loving coming across different artists
Real.
that sound dope. I'm just really, really excited with the journey. But at the same time, I am very uncomfortable right now.
And it feels good, doesn't it?
It feels good, but at the same time, me being me, I'm so solution based with what I want to do. I'm just like, okay, you don't like this. Okay, what can we do to change it? But at the same time, like, you have something good going. You don't want to like move too fast and mess it up or try to change stuff up when you don't necessarily have to.
Real.
But at the end of the day, I have to make me happy.
Absolutely.
If not, I'm not creative at all.
Real.
So, yeah, for sure.
Scooby, women are running the game right now. They're running the game.
it.
You mentioned that, you don't have a lot of friends, female friends.
Right.
And that's by design too.
It's
but
by
in
design.
in this game, the women are running it. How have y'all, the women going crazy with the collabs, with
love
everything.
it.
How is
love
that
it.
network? How, stepping out, meeting and greeting, shaking hands, how has that been,
What's so crazy? I have
because
not done any.
y'all up, and I think it's stuck. I think it's stuck for real.
It is stuck because of the times that we're in now, to where the government has set up certain things and propaganda to make stuff be okay. So women are able just to do what they want to do
Real.
to us. I feel to a certain extent, but as far as right now with me and my music, I have not done any networking yet. Personally, because I've been going to artist showcases.
Gotcha.
Most artists in Atlanta, I know of them or have met them.
Gotcha.
So my whole thing is I don't want to be stuck in Atlanta. I'll just keep it 100 with you.
Real.
It's a lot of artists. They're born and raised from Atlanta, South Side,
That's right.
West Side, whatever, and they're stuck in Atlanta.
Go ahead, sis,
Whether or
you're
not,
saying
I used to promote parties. It's the same artists that are doing the same thing. Where
Gotcha.
it's like a rotation.
Absolutely.
It's nothing wrong with it. I just personally don't want to be stuck in that.
Real. Wow.
I just don't want to be stuck in it.
That's
So
real.
I'm the type that I would prefer to wait on certain opportunities. I would rather. My manager tell me all the time. He's just like, I'd be like, I need to go outside. I need to go to the club. He like, no, you need to wait.
Right.
We got a plan.
Absolutely.
So I was just like, okay, let me sit down. But yeah, it's just, I don't want to get stuck in Atlanta.
Real.
Like, because I'm born and raised here, love my city, have no complaints about it. I just don't want to get stuck here.
Just to be the end all be all. Just
Yeah, it can't be the end all
Absolutely.
be all for
Come
me.
on.
I'm outside. 22, I'm outside. Y'all gonna have to catch me.
go ahead. While you're outside, time or money? Which one means most to you?
What means most to me? If you asked me this last year, I would have said money. But asking me that today, I would say time.
Real.
Because I can't get tomorrow back. I can always make some money. I can always make some money. I can always spend some money, and I can get it right back. But time, I can't get that time back. That's why I'm so particular with who I spend my time with,
and energy,
energy and intelligence, because a lot of people can't handle the type of conversation that we're having, or they don't know what to respond.
That's real.
So I don't always show this side or be very tapped in with people unless like we locked in.
Real.
Because a lot of people don't really, when they first see me, they don't think that I would be able to speak this well or say certain things the way that I say them. Right, so absolutely. I don't always want to put myself out there like that.
How has that, like while we're on that, the music, these different sides, relationships, everything. Yeah. Are you going to tap into what makes you on the, on the introspective side? How are you going to actually carry on that?
So it's so crazy. Everything that you're asking me, I was literally thinking about it. This is God. Come on, sis. This is God. All the questions that you were asking me, I've been thinking about all of this stuff.
Come on.
So as far as for my music, I do want to explore as much as I can. I like to explore. I have twerk songs. I got club songs. I have, club songs. I have, slow songs.
Right.
I'm just trying to think, because I've not always been the person to identify with like slow female R&B songs. I like male R&B songs. I guess because I'm just raw and I'm just be doing it.
Yeah, real. That's real though. That's real.
Just be like, oh, he's saying that's a real. He's saying.
Yeah.
But it's just. I was thinking, I was like, I want to write a sad love song, and I just couldn't be sad.
You said the female future, like, but he could tap into every.
That's what I'm saying. He could tap into
emotion.
Everything, and and I was thinking about that earlier too. Like, okay, you want to tap into that soft side.
Real.
Like, how do I want to tap into that soft side? How real and raw do I want to be? Do I want to be surface, or do I want to be where somebody gonna really feel me?
Right.
I kind of feel like with the right beat and in the right moment, I could write that.
That's
but
real.
it's just, it's just getting to there.
Getting there.
Because Future be recording all the time. Listen, I'm not workhorse, and I don't blame him. The money he's in, please.
I'm telling you,
I'll be working. I'll just be in that booth every day.
Just going right next,
15 songs a day. Yeah, that's nothing.
Wow.
Now our attention span is so short. Most songs now they used to be about a minute, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Well, they used to be 3 minutes and cut it down 2 minutes 30 seconds. Now songs are a minute and 30 seconds. So you really have to get your point across. You don't even have to do a whole verse. You can do a half a verse and a chorus.
Absolutely.
People not, and then some people stuff that is going viral. The part that goes viral, that part. But then when you listen to the rest of the song, you're just like,
yep.
This is respectfully, what are they talking about?
That's true.
It's not trash. It's just, what are y'all talking about?
You just called it that.
Because it ain't flow.
Yep.
And also I had to think too, because I was watching Russ did an interview, the singer Russ. He was just like, don't freak out when you see somebody go stupid viral. They done paid a lot of money to put into that. And that really changed my perspective. It made me think, okay, wait.
You have to get with the right influencers. It is.
The right influencers.
It is. That's a fact.
The money.
That's a fact.
And also too, it is, I believe in fate when it comes to certain situations, but you have to be in the right place at the right time.
That's right. So true.
And there's certain strategies, like when I learned with PR, certain strategies to get you to where you need to be.
That's right, for sure.
So yeah, for sure.
Let me ask you this: love or respect? Which one means most to you?
This is a good question. I say respect.
I'm gonna go with 8. 99.8% of my guests have said respect.
Yeah.
Why is it respect?
So I say respect because respect comes from all levels. Respect it's like borderline with loyalty.
Real.
So you respect me, you respect how I feel, you respect, my thoughts,
That's
you
right.
respect my time, you respect me being in your life.
Real.
Versus, because you could love me, but you could beat my ass.
Disrespect.
You could disrespect me, you could beat my ass, you could tell people, you could call me all types of names.
Right.
But still say you love me.
Right.
That's not love.
That's right.
That's not respect. You can respect me, and then I can grow in love, or it can be love at first sight.
Real.
I think it's just one or the other.
That's real. That's real. Let me ask you this: would you skydive?
No.
It's a new question I'm asking.
No, I would not skydive. I'm a scaredy cat.
Really?
I got on my first. It's so crazy. I got on my first roller coaster. I was like maybe 7. I was in college. First roller coaster. Listen, it was like Halloween. They have Halloween at Six Flags. My cousin's like, come on, Chauntee, let's go.
It's like
I got on that thing. As soon as it went, I'm just like this. You know, rolling around like this.
Body all lip. Just.
And I was like, shaking. I was like, oh no.
No, last time.
It's real. I love being on planes, but I just started getting comfortable flying, like comfortably. Like I will hop on a plane real fast and to be scared as hell the whole time.
7 days, all inclusive. Anywhere in this world, where do you go?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would go to what type of vibe? Do I want to be in the sun?
Right.
Or do I want to be, shopping? I would say Maldives.
Real.
Mm-hmm.
Get everything done.
No, I take that back. I just put in one of my verses, Saint-Tropez.
Saint-Tropez.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic. That's what's
Let's
up.
just give Big Pimpin', Jay-Z, Beyonce.
Come on. That's real.
I want to bring back like that 2000s type vibe. You knew people what they was doing, but you really didn't know. You just saw pictures, okay?
Right.
Now people record you eating and stuff.
Absolutely.
And you just saw paparazzi. I just love that vibe.
That's real for sure.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: secret talent. Like what were your fans? Like outside of music, outside of lashes, outside of PR. What's something the fans would be interested to know that you possess? That secret talent, something you do well.
What do I do well? I can cook.
Okay, for sure.
That's open talent, baby.
Real.
I can cook.
So you grew up, mom, dad, where they cook?
My grandma and my mom. Yeah, my dad too.
For sure.
Cooking, yeah, for sure. But as far as anything, not too crazy. Yeah. If I put my mind to doing something, I could do it. Because I didn't expect for me to go in the studio and actually put something together that made sense. But yeah, for sure. I don't have I'm not too creative. I'm just, I would say I'm creative to a certain extent. I know I'm very hands-on. I really work really well with my hands. So yeah, except for I can't draw for nothing. My brother can draw.
I believe it.
He had portraits at Mount Zion. He had portraits. He did this one portrait of himself using just dots.
Wow.
Literally, he can draw. He's very, very talented for sure. Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Shout out to KO, man. Shout out to her. That's dope, man. That's dope. Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this. When it's all said and done, what would you want your legacy to be?
That's a good question. I would want my legacy to be... She had that bag, and she didn't care.
Go ahead.
I'm just keeping a bug. Like, if people could just stop being fake about they want to live well. We just, as Black people, Black women should want to make money, should want to live well, should want to be everything to our family. And I'm not saying like my mom or my dad. I mean my own family.
Your own family. Absolutely.
So that's like, I want my own family to be like, oh, she was awesome. She made sure, we were taken care of. We didn't want for anything. She was just open and real and honest.
Real.
So yeah.
Love that.
For sure.
With $100 million in your bank account tomorrow morning, what changes about you?
Listen, I ain't going to work. I ain't going to work. I'm finna move. That's versatile.
I'm going to Saint-Tropez.
I'm going to Saint-Tropez.
Oh, y'all never come
back.
Book
the jet.
Right.
Book the jet.
No,
I want a jet.
For real. That's real.
Listen, I'm out of here. But yeah, I wouldn't go to work. I can't wait till I'm not working anymore. Real. I'm in the point, because right now I'm in property management and real estate.
For sure.
Like I said, another skill.
That's right. Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm ready. I'm itching to pick up the last tweezers again. To get that bread.
Understand.
Yeah, get that bread and be like, and being able to really, I look at money, when I look at how can I put this? When I look at a customer, a client, respectfully, you're a dollar sign, okay?
Real.
Like you walk in, I'm like, okay, boom. This is how much I can make off you. And I gotta recoup until you spend $1,000 with me, I'm not recouping nothing.
Gotcha.
People just gotta understand that, like, I spent.
Gotta keep going. That's right.
You have to keep coming.
So you invest in very good product.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I invest in good product, good education, and actually knowing the product too.
Gotcha.
Knowing it's cool knowing the trends, but sometimes you can get caught up in the trends.
Okay. And
lose yourself. So it's always good to specialize.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Real.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Last question. If your life was a movie, what would you title it?
I would title it, All About a Check.
All About a Check. I love it. I love it. That's real.
All About a Check.
I love it.
Listen, that money is everything.
That's right.
We don't want to make it be everything, but people just got to be real with themselves.
That's right.
Be real. You need money.
Absolutely.
You need money to do what you need to do. You need money to feed yourself, to feed your kids.
Absolutely.
Everything is money.
Absolutely.
This is money. This is money.
Absolutely.
Everything.
Real. Chauntee Rose, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's been so dope, man. That's what's up, sis. So we're gearing up 2025 EP dropping.
Yes.
Are we looking at, you said this is going to be, your next single is going to be in January.
Yes.
The EP, what we expect, is it going to be before first quarter?
Probably first quarter.
For sure.
January.
For sure. That's what's up.
Yeah, we're going to drop
Definitely.
the EP in
Come
January.
on. Oh, the EP is coming in January. Along with the
we're
single.
not playing.
Okay, come on. Okay, all right. All right.
We got the
gearing
foot
up.
on the gas. We trying to take over the spring and summer.
Come on. Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm right now. I'm focused on building my buzz because people do know me in the city, but as far as me building my following internationally,
Right.
even across the United States, I'm just focused on my buzz right
That's
now.
dope.
So,
Dope,
yeah.
sis. Dope.
Yes.
Chauntee Rose, as tradition on the Integrity Response, if you could reach to that bowl, grab one fortune cookie, open it, read it to your supporters, just like that. We out of here.
Okay, let's see.
Right.
Watch it say something crazy.
No.
Let's see. I'm gonna waste it for myself. Commitment is what turns a promise into reality.
Wow. Bar.
Commitment
Bar.
is what turns a
Bar.
promise into reality. Listen.
Wow.
Whoever made this, they
Come
know
on
what they
now.
talking about.
Come on, absolutely. That's
Super
hard.
K.
That's hard.
Y'all know what y'all talking about. Because that's
Absolutely.
true.
That is so true.
Because on the days when you have to be committed, and the days when you feel like your world is just crashing, you have to be committed to what you
Absolutely.
want.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because it's all manifestation.
That's a fact.
I'm a big manifester.
Real.
Yeah, anything that I've wanted. My truck, I manifested my truck.
Come on.
Guys I've dated, I'm like, ooh, I saw him on YouTube. I said, I'm gonna meet him. I probably met him 2 years later.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope, sis.
sure.
That's dope. And just to hear you say, like sometimes I get in my car and I go talk to God. I manifest. I love it.
Manifest, literally. You could write stuff down, but sometimes you could forget where you wrote stuff down, and life can kind of be foggy because you have to do this. I have to work.
That's right.
I have to do this, da. But if you have that drive, you have that alone time, and really knowing how to be alone. Like I've really gotten to the point where I've always felt like I've been alone my whole life, but actually understanding what it means to be alone and not being a bad thing. But I'm tired of being alone now. I'm finna get me a man. What y'all gonna do? I got a man.
Chauntee Rose, all the guys watch it.
Hey, call me my DM.
Real.
Say something sweet,
That's
okay?
real. Chauntee Rose, 2024, wrapping up, coming into 2025.
2025.
Absolutely. Y'all stand by, watch everything she's already done, everything she's doing,
Yes.
everything she's about to do. Salute.
Hit me
Appreciate you,
up.
Chauntee Rose.
Thank you.
We out.
Peace.